Alright, so we are here with some Dark Souls. I know I've done this a couple times, I've done this on my stream. But we're gonna start a new series on the YouTubes. Because I'm trying to get back into this, get out of the streaming, make it a little bit more personal and stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna start a series where pretty much I'm going for achievements. I'm gonna do videos, about an hour long, let's see how it goes. Especially with Dark Souls, and probably do Dark Souls 2 and Scholar of the First Sin, just because. Let's start a new game. If we're doing Sir, we gotta do that, and I think we're gonna go Knight, because he starts off with a decent strength. I mean, not decent strength, dexterity compared to Warrior, but he does have already 11 faith and 14 vitality, which is kind of useful. We'll use Master Key. Do a very slim Knight. I guess we'll do a commoner. Proceed in Dark Brown. Why not? Alright, let's get started.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Alright.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Well. Alright. So we begin the Almighty journey. So, I'm thinking this is probably going to be a weekly series. What I'm thinking, because I don't want to burn myself out. I've done it before where I try to do a let's play on a game and just completely burn myself out on it, because I play it so much and everything that I just get sick and tired of it. I feel like if I do one session a week, I can't really burn myself out on it. So I think I'm gonna set up days where I do like Dark Souls one day, Dark Souls 2 another day, Killing Floor another. I know I'm doing Killing Floor 2 right now. I recorded a couple of those. So I'll probably do that. I might do Killing Floor 1 also. So we're gonna do that. And then I have been toying with the idea of getting like machinimas, creating little videos and games. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Right now I want to focus on this. Nope. But that up. So I'm definitely fat rolling right now, because I was fat rolling before I even picked that stuff up. Which isn't a huge deal right now. First playthrough, I am going to kind of tank this a bit. So hoping to avoid that. Let's open this up. Just in case. Let's go talk to good old Oscar.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Hmm? Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Sure.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Alright, peace. Then he kills himself. Although he was already kind of dead. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a weekly series. This, Dark Souls 2, Killing Floor 2, and maybe Killing Floor 1 mixed in there? I don't know. So that requires 4 hours recording a week. I should be able to do that. Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna start out with this and Killing Floor 2 right now. And I actually recorded, like I said, Killing Floor. I've already done like 3 episodes recorded. So if I do that weekly, I got 3 weeks worth of stuff right there. I'm a little ahead of the game. I just gotta render this stuff out still, though. Alright. So the first boss, the good old Asylum Demon. Trying to get behind it so we can get some free hits in. Drop. Nope. Got him. Alright, so we get the big pilgrim key. We're gonna open this bad boy up. So I kinda wanna focus on not fat rolling right now. So I think like the first couple levels I'm gonna get, oh, did not get that, okay. First couple levels I'm gonna get are gonna be pumped into, what is it, endurance? Because I don't need I think I'm gonna have to do one into faith. Because I do want to get healed. And then we're gonna pump a bunch into endurance so we don't fat roll.
Only in the ancient
hold more stuff.
legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
And he's gone.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords.
Lord.
Lordran.
So the scenery in this game, I'm not gonna lie, I've said it before, streams and probably recordings. The scenery, the settings, I always think pretty beautiful. Like, look at that backdrop, look at the armor, it's all very nice and crisp, I feel like. I feel like that's one of the reasons actually there's a huge frame issue. But, actually before we level up, there's a bunch of stuff just lying around here, so we're just gonna grab everything first. And then, because I think there's a couple of souls just kinda lying around. I would hate to level up and then have to go back and just level up again. So, let's go up here. We're gonna actually have to talk to that guy in a second. Can't jump through that. Thought we could. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Come out. Over here. So up here, there should be a talisman. Homeward bones, those are useful. There we go. So let's equip that. We'll use that for healing in a hot second. That didn't make any sense. No, I think people say. Well, people usually say hot minute. I just kind of switched it up, keeping people on their toes. So we're not gonna fight these skeletons. Come up here. Grab more souls. Because there's only one, we will fight him. Alright. Stamina. Break his guard. Sweet. We'll heal up. I think there's one more set of souls we need to get. So here. Alright. So I think heal. I don't remember how much heal costs. Let's go talk to him. We'll find out.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thunderland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Dick.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead.
I think it's
for
just
you.
like a coin. Yeah.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Yes.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods. Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Okay, so we're gonna learn Jester, Shrug. Heal is 4,000.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend.
I don't think I have any other souls. I do not. Okay. So 4,000 isn't actually a whole lot. I think we can actually get away with not using it just yet. We're needing it. Let's go ahead. We'll level up. Like I said, we're gonna pump a bunch into endurance to start. Just that way we can get out of fat rolling. And we'll talk to this guy real quick.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right?
Yep.
Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Maybe. One cool thing about these characters,
your face.
NPCs,
You're practically hollow.
they don't repeat themselves except for the last dialogue
Going
option.
hollow could solve quite a bit.
So you gotta really pay attention the first time through to know where you're going.
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collected bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything.
I think that's it then.
Oh, that's all we need. Another
Maybe
inquisitive
not.
soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I stepped foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now?
Is that it now?
I'm not up for...
Alright. So let's get going. We actually got... Okay, so we don't need that right now. Alright. You out? So, yeah, like, I know you have to go through, like, 2.5 times to get everything, you need for all achievements. Which can be kind of annoying. I've never actually beat New Game Plus on this. So, it's gonna be interesting to see how... Oh, is that gone? Yeah, whatever you had is gone. Oh well. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes about. I shouldn't have a problem really with the first final boss fight on the new game. It's always New Game Plus that gets me, it seems. Whether it's a boss fight before the final boss or after, at the final boss, I should say after the final boss, because after the final boss it starts New Game Plus Plus. But yeah. So... Swing. And we'll go ahead on down here to start. Pick up some souls as we continue through Undead Burg. And I feel like I want to explain the premise of Dark Souls, like why it was kind of revolutionary, or Demon Souls actually started it. But at the same time, I feel like everyone kind of knows Dark Souls by now. Let's start off, I think, with Demon Souls as a cult classic, and then people played Dark Souls and was like, oh my god, this game is good, what is the deal, like, why isn't there a sequel? And then Dark Souls 2 came out, and it wasn't bad. I felt like it was not as good as this. This one has always, I guess, been more punishing. It's easier to be punished for mistakes Whereas in Dark Souls 2, it was easier to kind of get away with things. One big notice, which I'll probably do in Dark Souls 2 when I do it, you get rings, and they're called Ring of Sacrifice, so where if you die, you don't actually lose anything. So, in case for some reason you're watching this video and you don't know, you die in this, you lose all your souls, which is used as experience, money, stuff like that, and you lose them all if you die again before you get back to them. Like, you die, you have a chance to get them. You don't get back to them in time, you lose them. By time, I mean if you just die again on the way to getting them. You lose them for good. And Dark Souls 2, there's a Ring of Rare Sacrifice, where if you died, you didn't lose anything, and normally in this game, when the rings break, they're gone. You can't get them back until the next New Game Plus, or New Game Plus Plus, or whatever you're going on to next. Whereas in Dark Souls 2, you can just keep repairing them for 3,000 souls, so you can pretty much grind to just kind of keep items. And I feel like it made it a little bit easier, and wasn't a huge fan of it, but it is what it is, right? Alright, so we're gonna take you out and shoot. Nope. And we got bonfire. So we're gonna rest at the bonfire real quick. I'm trying to think of when I want to go get healed. Like, I almost want to try and grind for it right now. I'll get 1,000 souls for the amount of souls I have cash. My inventory. So I'm going to go through this next optional little area, and we will see from there, I guess. I would like to take on the boss in this area too. Sweet, someone kindled Firelink Shrine. So cool thing is, they say like the flow of time in this game is convoluted. There's always people playing through, and that's kind of how they get away with the multiplayer. So if you ever see that orange glow that just happened, it means someone kindled a bonfire that I have kindled. Firelink Shrine always starts off as a already kindled one. So if someone kindles one that you have kindled, you get an extra Estus, which is a way of the game of kind of helping you out a little bit. They don't help you out much, but when they do, it's kind of hidden. For a while, I think I sunk like probably an hour, or not an hour, about 100 hours into this game before I realized what it did. I think I actually looked it up. And you normally only start off with 5 Estus flasks. And if you drink to the point where you get below 5, you have to press that bonfire to get 5 more. Oh boy, this is gonna be challenging. There we go. And if you kindle, you get an extra 5. And you can kindle up to 3 times to get up to 20. But to do that, you have to get the Rite of Kindling, which is down in a later part of the game. I could go get it right now, technically, but it would be really, really hard. So it's going to be close. I might be able to get I don't want to rest at that bonfire down here either, so that's going to kind of be problematic. Sweet. Dude, he's dead. Sometimes I can aim that up right, so I jump attack him and just kill him. Worked out well. And we are just short. We're short by 200 souls, which is kind of annoying actually. So I'm trying to think of how I can get an easy 200 souls right now without resting at this bonfire right here, because if I rest here, then I have to walk back up, whereas if I don't rest, I can use a homeward bone, just teleport back to the bonfire. I think I have an idea. I think down here is a soul. That's pretty risky, because I am almost dead. Alright, so we are going to go check out this area for a hot minute. Now I guess we'll take off, if I take off the helmet, that does put me below 50, alright. So you guys see my ugly mug for a second, and that was also a really dumb idea. Yeah, there we go. That might be actually like 400 souls or 800. 800, look at that. So now we can go get Miracle, Heal, and those replenish every bonfire also. So instead of having just 10 or 5 Estus flasks of those, plus 5 heals, which doesn't... Well, right now they might heal as much as an Estus. But later in the game, heal doesn't, and you gotta get better miracles, which cost more and need higher intelligence to use. So let's go up, we'll talk to him, like, yo, I wanna buy heal, and we're already 35 minutes in. I said I was gonna do an hour, which I still am. This always starts off kind of slow. The first half an hour to an hour is always kind of slow.
Hello.
So just bear with it.
Come again.
Okay, so we got that. We can use that. And we're back up top, and we don't have to fight our way up here. Which is super nice. I don't think I can level up. So now, oh, forgot he comes right at me. I completely forgot that guy was sitting right there. I thought there was just one down at the bottom of those stairs. So I'm trying to think. Oh, humanity. So nice thing is, every 100 enemies you kill, you get humanity, which restores humanity. Like right now, I'm a hollow. And hollows, there's really no downside of being a hollow in this game except you can't summon help. The upside is people can't invade you though. So it kind of has a plus and a minus. We're gonna actually do that. And we will, since we don't have a bow right now, we will use a talisman. I am fat rolling now though. So definitely gonna have to pump points into whatchamacallits. Stamina, endurance, whatever it is. Come on, bub. What is it? Endurance. Wow, that jump. Alright. I could grind for souls. I'm gonna try and avoid grinding because I feel like that's kind of boring to watch, especially starting off. If I do a grinding episode, I will label it as grinding. That way people are not interested, they don't watch. I'll probably be like a random episode during the week. I'm gonna try and do these set days. I don't know which days of the week yet, what's gonna come out, but yeah. So let's go here. And I would like to be able to not fat roll for the first boss. We should be able to get to the first boss within the next 20 minutes. I don't see it being a huge issue if you've played the game before, you know where he is. Thank you. Okay. Come up here. Go back down. Alright, so that guy's coming up. I don't think these guys are gonna bother me. There is a soul over there and some guys, but I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. There we go. So I know you're gonna attack. Got him. And then we got you over here, Mr. Bud. We'll come up here. And be like, oh, Mr. Trap. Nice try. What? Alright, and I can go through that door right now, but I'm not going to because I'm not a nearly high enough level to what I want to be to take on the, I guess you could say, a little mini boss down there. We'll come back to him either next week or the following. Hey. Will you stop running? There we go. So he only gives one soul, but he gives Titanite, which is actually used to upgrade weapons and armor, which is quite useful. So this is the boss area. I decided, instead of going back to rest, I decided, screw it, we're just gonna go for it. Let's see if it ends up helping or hurting. In all honesty, I'm not sure, because I've never just straight up went into this boss fight. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna heal up first. And then we're gonna get rid of those. Put that in. So the first boss is weak to lightning. That's why I equipped the gold pine resin, and here he is, Mr. Taurus Demon. So he's not a happy camper. He's kind of like a troll bridge, or bridge troll. Started crossing, he's like, hey, this is my bridge, you're not allowed on it, and I'm like, well, screw you. So we're gonna drop down, do a little plunge attack, which is actually a very useful way to hurt him. It's hard to get back up though once you come down. He will just kind of stay right on top of you. And really, to beat him, you just gotta do what I just did and just kind of stay in his crotch area and just roll, swing when your stamina is up. Don't like it too low. Bada bing, bada boom, he's down. You gain like 2,000 souls, 3,000 souls. I was close. So that's good because now we'll be able to up stamina to a point where we can put the helmet back on. That's what I am most excited for. Assuming I don't die before I get to the next bonfire. And we got a sunburrow. Good old Mr. Solaire.
Hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Ha 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 ha. So you gotta talk to him a couple times to let him
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Sure.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Yes.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted.
There you go.
With heroes
I even used that word.
centuries old phasing in and out. The
Convoluted.
very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Alright. So he's not like super crucial to the story, so I think he has one more dialogue option we're not going to worry about. We're going to go up here, we're going to trigger. Okay, since he didn't fly yet. There he is. Dragon we saw earlier comes by. Kind of, destroy some guys for me. You gotta be quick on this. I'm gonna drop down here. Come over here. Kick. And down we go. And actually, before we do that, we're gonna burn some souls. Just got the one. Alright, so we shouldn't be fat rolling anymore. You're not. If we put on a helmet, are we still gonna fat roll? Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna call it there for now. We're about 45 minutes in. And what are you doing? I didn't call you in here. Get out of here. So until next time, thank you for watching. Actually, just try. Oh, right. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.